Ah,
Hey, there we go.
there we go. That's nice.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
All
Something
right.
new.
Something new indeed.
All right. Well, we're kind of hanging out for a few seconds.
Mm-hmm. We're trying something new.
So we've now subscribed to StreamYard, which allows us to streamcast to multiple endpoint destinations, all from one location. So hopefully this is going to work out. Going live. Come on.
Oh, you closed the other window, so now we can't
No,
tell.
I didn't mean to.
Well, you did.
Or did it just go to a different? No, I didn't.
All right.
It's just it's
Very
on a different
good.
page.
Well, there we go. Great. Can't find it at all. That's awesome.
What? Can't find what?
There we are. StreamYard.
Where?
Right there up in the left-hand corner.
Yes, right.
I just don't know what you're doing.
I don't either, honey. Okay, I thought we knew what we were doing. But
Okay, apparently we still don't know what we're doing.
But-
And maybe we're going live over here on Facebook. We don't know. If somebody out there could let us know
well,
that we are, that'd be great.
well,
Wait, Gail just said something. And oh, there you go. Something's happening. All right. Oh, there you go. Something's happening.
okay. So we must
You
be.
just muted it though.
Well, but I don't want that. I don't want the Facebook part. To
I
be
see you, and Merry Christmas. Well, and a shout out to you. Congratulations to the Packers. We just watched that very interesting game. Yay, Green Bay.
Hopefully this is. Can everybody still hear us? Okay. Please, somebody put in a comment if they can still hear us, or if I actually just muted everything.
Yeah, that would be good to know. Can you hear us?
Because apparently I don't know what I'm doing over there.
That doesn't surprise me. Yes, good to hear.
Okay,
All
great.
right,
Fantastic.
That's so exciting.
All right, so this is a new product for us. It's called StreamYard, and what it does is allows us to basically have better control over our video and audio, and allows us to stream to multiple different locations. So this is going out to both of our Facebook pages and to YouTube, and eventually we'll get it out to Float and Odyssey and some other places. So
Pretty sure they don't care.
they might. I don't know. If anybody wants to get techie, just post a comment and I'll get back to you about it.
Well, when we were trying to decide what we wanted to do for our December cocktail of the month. Oh, yeah.
I forgot to go get them.
It's true. When we were trying to decide what we wanted to do for our December cocktail of the month, I thought, well, those year-end reviews are pretty popular. So maybe we should try to do a year-end review of what our favorite cocktails of the year were. So that's what we're going to do. And we're also going to do a review of our favorite cognac, which the Mad Farmer will take over that part of it. But in looking at our cocktails, we realized that
we were pikers and didn't start until April.
Yeah,
apparently COVID or something. I don't know.
Can't quite say why that happened like that, but that leaves us with April through December for our cocktails. And so in April, we had the Blue Hawaii, which was rum, vodka, pineapple juice, and blue curacao. And I had a lot of fun figuring out how to pronounce blue curacao.
Yep, we had to watch it on YouTube, and I
watch
still
a
don't know if
video.
I can pronounce blue curacao. But, I think I'm probably going to get complaints about that.
May was the mint julep, and that was bourbon with a mint simple syrup.
Uh-huh.
And
we made that with fresh mint from our garden.
We did.
We've discovered that we always like making the grenadine, the mint, the simple syrup, and all the stuff from the ingredients. The store-bought stuff is just honestly terrible.
We don't love it.
Yeah. So it's always, and it doesn't take that long. Simple syrup is usually just a little bit of water and sugar and heat it up and cool it.
Hummingbird food is what I like to think of it as.
Yeah, pretty much for people.
And so then in June for Father's Day,
and my birthday,
we did the Harvey Wallbanger.
With the bonus track was the Jimmy Buffett boat drink.
The boat drink.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much a standard here in June. The Harvey Wallbanger had Galliano, vodka, and orange juice. I was really surprised at how tasty that was. I wasn't expecting it because Galliano, if you're not familiar with it, it has a little bit of a licorice flavor, kind of, I would say, anise, I think of it.
Yeah, anise is licorice flavored, and it really was. it's a very popular drink. I mean,
Mhm.
not super old,
No.
but very 70s kind of a thing. But
Yes.
actually, it was really quite refreshing.
It was pretty surprisingly good.
So
July, we did Christmas in July, and so we made my favorite eggnog recipe from the Fanny Farmer cookbook from 1941. Always a crowd pleaser.
And if you recall, it has like cups of rum and 12 eggs and like a pint of cream. I mean, it's got everything a growing boy needs.
It really does. It really does. It was a lot of fun. And in August, we did a hat tip to Prince, and we did a couple of varieties of raspberry beret. And the one we liked was the Cointreau lime juice, raspberries, and soda water. They were both pretty good. The other one was a little bit more of actually, they were both really good. And we used our raspberry liqueur that the traveler from the Pac Northwest brought to us when she came to visit, and it was really lovely. It kind of tasted like a dessert drink because it had the cream and the raspberry liqueur, and it was really nice.
It was.
Oh, I'll let you talk about September.
Oh, September. That was Speak Like a Pirate Day was when we had it. And so we did a couple of, well, what we did, our primary one was one called the Bumbo.
That'll get an honorable mention.
Well, right. Which was a dark rum, lemon juice, and grenadine. And I could add salt in it. I don't know. It was one of the most obnoxious things I've ever actually tasted.
If you caught that video, you may have seen us take swigs straight out of the bottle of rum
to try and cut the taste of the thing
terrible.
that we just drank. If you haven't seen that video, you should go back and review that one because it's quite actually humorous. And we do have we'll come back around on that because we had an honorable mention because the Bumbo was so horrible that we actually had the ingredients to make another themed pirate themed drink called the Sailor Sunrise. And we'll talk a little bit about that at the end, but much better than the Bumbo, I'll tell you that.
Yes. Our October drink was the Corpse Reviver 1. There's a couple of different versions for that. We did the number 1, and it was vermouth and apple brandy. It was okay.
Yeah, it was not our favorite, but we had a bonus.
We're not telling them that yet.
Oh, no bonus? Okay, sorry. Wow, almost blew it.
We're good.
Okay.
So then in November, just last month, which we had some crazy technical difficulties. So if you were able to catch it, we actually did 3 drinks. For Thanksgiving, kind of autumn themed drinks. We did the autumn apple snap, which was Hendrick's gin, which is a little bit of a branch out for us because we're not big gin people. Lemon juice, apple cider, and ginger beer. That was one of them.
It was tolerable.
And then we did, what's that one?
The apple ginger snap, which was an apple cider, ginger beer, had a little bit of bourbon and a little bit of lemon juice. And we found that to be pretty tasty.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife's a big mimosa fan, me not so much, but I was willing to branch out and try it. And so we did an apple cider mimosa, which had apple cider, a Cointreau, and and
a champagne. We did Prosecco.
Yeah, which is not super dry.
It's dry. It's a little sweeter than.
Yeah,
sweeter than
I'm not a huge fan of like when you open the bottle, dust comes out kind of stuff. It's just not my favorite. So it was okay. I mean, I think the wife liked it more than I did. We did learn a lesson about rimming those glasses.
Yes.
In advance with the cinnamon and sugar. It kind of caked on, so don't do that. I mean, you can do it right before you're going to use it.
Yep. So we also had 2 honorable mentions. The September one was the Sailor Sunrise, as the Mad Farmer mentioned, and it had spiced rum, orange juice, grenadine, and you garnished it with a cherry, shake it to mix. It was really very lovely. It was meant to be kind of a take on a tequila sunrise, and we really liked that.
And we actually got that recipe from the Tipsy Bartender, and I think we've got that one up on site. Now, I will say that in November, I didn't realize this. We don't have the video put. I have multiple videos of that event because we were having such difficulty with our technical problems. Yeah. And so I have a really nice high def version of it, which went all the way through. I just forgot to edit it and post it. So we're going to go ahead and get that posted because it turns out we just flat forgot.
November was a busy month.
Yeah.
And then our honorable mention for October, which is on the website, is the Skeleton Key, and that had bourbon, elderberry liqueur, elderflower liqueur, actually Saint Germain, fresh squeezed lemon, ginger beer, and then some bitters, and you garnish that with the bitters and top it off with the ginger beer. So that was a really fun one too. So what, Mad Farmer, was your favorite drink that we tried this year?
Well, I'm a huge eggnog fan, but we had tried that before. I mean, that's a perennial favorite at our house, especially in the holidays. And so I would have to say that probably the one that most surprised me was the apple ginger snap, because if once I get that video posted, you'll be able to see I really had trouble relinquishing control of that drink to my spouse because it was actually quite good. And I will be first to admit that we had a few with friends over the next few days. It was really quite popular with about everybody who tried it. So
Yeah.
I think the apple ginger snap was my personal favorite.
I think it was mine too. For all of the ones that we had this year, I think that was probably mine. But my second, a very close second, would be the skeleton key, because it was quite tasty. Kind of anything with ginger beer is going to catch my attention. So yeah. Now, right now, we are just, as we have been talking about what we've been drinking this year, we are having some Earl Grey tea with a little bit of Bailey's Irish Cream. It was a stumble upon find that I discovered last year, and it's just a really nice little way, especially on such a cold day like we had today. So those are our drinks from 2021. And now, just to wrap us up, the Mad Farmer is going to tell us a little bit about his
and this
cup,
mug,
apparently. But I was going to say cognac.
Well,
okay.
I'll do that too. But just a shout out to the Unloose the Goose crew. They often talk about what they're drinking when they start the show. And so this is an official Unloose the Goose mug. I got it in Texas at a event. And so I'm very proud to have that. So, all right. What this is, in case you've ever been over to our house, or you may not have been, or you may have just been, this is called Moo Cow Cognac. And cognac is made in order to be an actual cognac, they're kind of snooty in France, apparently, about like if champagne has to come from the Champagne region of France. Cognac has to come from the town of Cognac, apparently, or they don't let you call it that. The other thing that's about, basically, it's a brandy. I have, okay, I'll read that history in just a second. As I get to it, I was going to give them an overview of what cognac is.
Knock yourself out.
I was trying. So anyway, so basically, cognac is basically formulated like a really dry wine. Do I take call-ins? No, but we do take questions. So if you want to put a question in the comment, well, see, we can put your question up and attempt to answer it. Moving on. So cognac's basically made from a very dry, what they call almost undrinkable white wine, made from certain specialty grapes in the region. And then they ferment it, and then they end up distilling it in copper distilling vessels, a particular type that I'm not French, so I can't pronounce. And then basically it's aged in oak casks for a minimum of at least 2 years, sometimes up to 40, depending on the cognac. And then they basically decant it off and put it into fancy bottles. So Moo Cow happens to be in 1850, Auguste Christophe and Gustave Moo Cow, two brothers from Russia, were sent to France by the Tsar Alexander II in order to supply the Russian court with booze. Because they made so many trips, they eventually established a commercial office in the town of Cognac in 1862. And so then basically this bottle here, with this fancy panther, if you could see that. It's gone through several iterations, but this bottle didn't actually come about until 1993. And it's called a Feline, which is basically a very cool icon. So to finish off the year, we're just going to share a little aperitif, which I believe is how they pronounce it. Cognac is one of those things that you should let it breathe just a little bit. It's kind of like a fine, is based in a brandy. But this is not something you're going to find typically in your normal liquor store. We actually have to have it special ordered. We can get it. It's not a huge problem, but you're not going to typically see it. So if you want to, yes, Fancy Panther.
It is a Fancy Panther.
So you can order it or get a hold of us, and for the appropriate amount of money, we'll facilitate your purchase if necessary. So.
Yes, it sounds exactly like that. It's spelled Meukow, Diane, but it is pronounced Moo Cow.
And it does seem appropriate in Kansas.
Or, maybe it's not pronounced that, but that's what I've always called it. So we're going to go with yes.
Huh. I wonder if they have a YouTube pronunciation for that.
They do for Blue Curacao.
Well, we may have to look that up.
We may have to look that up.
If we have any French listeners, perhaps you could tell me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, because that's what I've always heard it called, but I only know her. So
right. So
if you want to show that, you just go.
I understood what you did the first time.
Okay.
So we have had a great time this year doing the cocktail of the month. It's been kind of fun. We've tried to be more consistent about it. We're hoping that as we go into 2022, which who can believe that that's already around the corner, that we'll be able to have a little better access to the technical part of this. If you have any ideas for drinks, we have had a few suggestions for drinks, and I'm hoping that in 2022 we can spend some time kind of reviewing those. We've had some suggestions.
The Vulcan Mind Probe comes to mind.
Yes, that's true. But we have had several suggestions come in, and so certainly you can give those to us on our Facebook pages if you'd like, or you can shoot me an email, and we will hope to continue to do these. It's really fun for us, and we appreciate you guys looking into it. We're going to have a couple of different ways for you to be able to watch them. So including the StreamYard, which will enable us to be a little bit more
diversified
for our platforms. Yeah. And we've had a great time. We hope you've had some fun watching us and have maybe found a new cocktail that you've wanted to try and
tried it,
decided to check it out. If, by the way, you do that, we would love for you to let us know what you think of those cocktails as we go along, because I have a lot of fun looking them up and doing the research and kind of trying to find out what would be fun to try, thinking about themes and what's happening around the way.
And if you would like to get notified, one of these days I'm going to get that straightened out. But we actually, if you go to tslhomestead.com, which is our website, you can actually click a link and sign up for notification on the Cocktail of the Month videos. And as I get basically our procedures down more on that, you should get an email reminder that is coming up. So in case you like it enough to actually put it on your calendar. So
the streaming quality is really good. Yay! That makes us super happy, because that's what we've really been struggling with.
Yeah. So that's a good investment. We'll see if we can keep that up.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, so with that, as always, we would like to encourage you to drink responsibly and to get into the spirit of things. God's blessings to you in 2022. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.